Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm Philip Duncan. Well, we're tracking two systems, a classic spring setup around New Zealand, and of course Category 5, Hurricane Irma, which is around the Caribbean and heading towards Florida in the United States. Let's start with New Zealand, and like I say, a classic spring setup. We've got the windy westerlies blowing through, downpours along the western coastline, and obviously we're getting a few squally showers in there with thunderstorms as well. This is how Friday looks. We've got two sort of separate areas of weather along the west coast. If we start in the north, not quite so bad to begin with. There'll be plenty of sunny spells around on Friday. The winds from the northwest mostly, so it should be fairly mild. But as the day goes on, see that dark blue line? Basically the air pressure is dropping below that, and that's where we've got colder air and heavier rain, more thunderstorms, more hail, squally sort of stuff. We haven't had a setup like this for a few years, so we're sort of back to the traditional spring weather. Eastern areas, you're mostly dry. There will be some spillover spits, and I must admit this air is cold coming in around the South Island, so snow again around the alpine passes on Friday. Same story on Saturday as well. The center of this low, 970 hectopascals, quite a deep system tracking past. Now you can argue this is a storm down here in the Southern Ocean. I'm always fussy about that word being used, but you can use it there. I mean, these are gale force winds wrapped all the way around it, deep low air pressure. But you have to remember, this is just the lower part of New Zealand. Most of New Zealand on Saturday is just seeing a burst of rain with some thunderstorms, maybe some hail coming in over the North Island. Still, Wellington and many eastern areas are looking fairly dry as we go through the day. Now to Sunday, the low is weakening as it tracks in. It's not really a storm anymore, short-lived at that moment. Now it's weakening. You've got gusty winds though, all coming in from the west. Plenty of squally showers with hail, maybe isolated thunder as well. And as we go through the day, those showers transition from the west to the east, which is why on Monday, you see the west coast over here, sunny again, southeasterlies blowing through, so the weather switches sides. You get the downpours up around Canterbury now, all on the eastern side of both islands and coming into Wellington. Meanwhile, Auckland still has showers, so does the north, but they will ease across Monday, especially late in the day. And then we get to Tuesday where it's a bit cooler around the country, but the westerlies are still blowing through. There's not as much rain around, just a few showers, and that's about it. Many areas will be fairly dry on Tuesday. It's certainly not perfect. Let's head overseas now. Let's go to the northern hemisphere. We're tracking Hurricane Irma, which I'm sad to say has turned deadly. It really did slam into some of these islands overnight. Dramatic air pressure drops, 50 hectopascals or 50 millibars in 1 hour recorded on one island where this system made landfall, and it's going to make a number of landfalls as it crosses over small islands. Landfall is when the middle of the storm tracks over land, so we'll be seeing a few landfalls as it tracks along. Now look, these areas in red, they're the hurricane warnings. There is a little bit of good news for Puerto Rico. It looks like the worst of the storm here is just going to be to the north. Dominican Republic and Haiti, they'll be very concerned about this on their northern sides. So this is the tracking over the next few days. This storm is still heading towards Florida. All the models are pretty much saying that. What we look for are basically all the different models from Europe and America trying to come together, and they pretty much are. There's one outlier here that's disappearing off to the east. Most of it is showing a very close hit. Now, this is a little bit like New Zealand and Northland when we get a storm. It can come down, it comes on in, and then it can be just a little bit offshore, and we don't get hit by it. Comes in closer, we can have a direct hit. Well, they've got the exact same problem here, but of course the population of Florida has got around about 20 million people. So this is a serious storm, Cat 5, it's breaking records, and it's going to be, I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. So we're sticking with this storm. As a CNN weather affiliate, we'll continue to bring you updates again on Friday and then over the weekend as well on our website and app. That is all from me. Thanks for your support this week. We'll keep you up to date again on Friday with the latest. Until then, please download our free app and keep up to date at weatherwatch.co.nz.